listening to this edition of Leadership Matters. It was just yesterday that I would have spoken to you about the fact that it has been more than a year now since the start of the pandemic that we have been coming to you to keep you informed and updated throughout. We have been giving you the facts to allow you to make informed decisions as it relates to your individual response to COVID-19. Tonight, we are here again at Leadership Matters, as have been the case before, to give you the necessary information, update you, and engage you so that you are able to get the information and get the clarity required to continue to make informed decisions. As it relates to our vaccination program, as of end of day today, 8th June, I am happy to update you, as have been before, that 21,125 adults over the age of 18 have been vaccinated. This represents, as you've heard, 64.3% of our target population. I am also happy to report that 8,959 adults are fully vaccinated. As you can see, our vaccination numbers continue to climb daily. And I want to encourage persons to continue rolling up their sleeves to be vaccinated. And please remember to return to the clinics for your second dose. This information tells us that our comprehensive vaccine education program have been bringing the majority of the country on board, as proof by the increasing vaccine coverage. These education sessions will continue so that all who can take the vaccine will voluntarily come forward and be immunized, having all the information that they need. Remember, this is not just to protect yourself, but all who are depending on you for protection. The evidence has shown that the vaccines work, and right now, it is the main tool we have in the fight to get us back to some sense of normalcy. Our high vaccine coverage will give us the protection needed to prevent an overwhelming of our healthcare system. We have been fortunate in St. Kitts and Nevis in that we were able to have a very high vaccination coverage before going into community transmission. The science tells us that this high vaccination coverage will protect us. At the Ministry of Health, we have been preparing for over a year now for this eventuality. As such, we have been making the necessary improvements and investments to strengthen our health system. Over the past year, we have strengthened our public health policies to ensure that we are able to deal with the current pandemic and any future pandemics. We also have been making the financial investments to ensure that we have an adequate supply of ventilators, oxygen concentrators, and PPEs. We have made the required investment in our laboratory, and that investment gives us the capabilities and the capacity to perform COVID-19 testing at our lab at GNF. We have also ensured that the lab is equipped with adequate supplies of testing reagents and testing kits for COVID-19. The aim is to ensure that our health system remains strong, and we cannot do anything that would undermine the efforts done to strengthen our health system. We are also proud in the Ministry of Health of the work that have been ongoing within the ministry relative to our response to the current community transmission. As you have heard already tonight, our robust contact tracing and testing program continues to identify any positive cases, and those cases have been isolated. And any significant contacts of these positive cases have been quarantined to contain the spread and to bring the community clusters to an end. To date, as you have heard, we have a total of 119 confirmed cases, with 53 fully recovered. Since the community outbreak on May 19, there have been a total of 74 cases. The identifying and isolation of these positive cases is testament to the success of our contact tracing program. Left undetected, they would lead to widespread viral transmission across the Federation. You've heard much about our positivity rate, and we are happy that our positivity rate remains below the 5% threshold, and this continues to be good news for us. At the height of the outbreak of the pandemic in the United States, some states like Mississippi, Nevada, and Florida had percent positive levels higher than 15%, far above that 5% requirement. Through vaccination, along with the use of non-pharmaceuticals, they were able to halt the spread of the virus and bring things under control. I reiterate again, this is how we will be able to live with COVID-19, through vaccination and through us following our non-pharmaceutical measures of face mask, social distancing, and continuing to keep our hands clean through washing with soap and hand sanitizing. The Ministry of Health will continue to expand our web of testing so that all with a potential exposure are tested, thus ensuring that the virus can be contained. As you've heard, we've complemented our testing team to ensure that we have the adequate number of testers and capabilities to be able to test the persons needed to be tested and to continue to bring it under control. We will also be continuing engaging in targeted testing. Yesterday, I would have reported on the position relative to the implicated schools. Today, I am happy to report that all 6 schools implicated have been given the all clear. Just as a reminder, these schools are the Sandy Point Primary, the Charles E. Mills Secondary, the Seventh-day Adventist Primary, the Washington Archibald High, the Bastia High School, and now the Tyrrell Williams Primary School. As stated yesterday, there are a number of business places that have been associated with the recent outbreak. For the safety and protection of the general public, 6 businesses were temporarily closed while we continue our contact tracing and testing. Now, while the decision to get vaccinated is a voluntary decision, the consequences of not being vaccinated and exposure affects all of us. Important to note as well is that the majority of recently infected persons were either not vaccinated or had only received 1 shot. I can't reiterate more. The vaccine is our best defense against COVID-19. It significantly decreases your risk of getting infected. It significantly decreases your risk of getting seriously ill and hospitalized. And it can prevent you from dying from COVID-19. This, in conjunction with the non-pharmaceutical measures of social distancing, hand sanitizing, and wearing your face mask, is what will protect you. So we want you to do your part to ensure that the gains we have been making in strengthening our health system would not be undermined. Your individual actions of following the non-pharmaceutical measures and vaccinations help us to maintain the gains we have made to strengthen our health system. And again, I just want to end by reminding you that the vaccine is our best shot at getting back to normalcy. So get vaccinated. Please go out and get your first dose. And if you've already had that first dose, please return to the clinic for your second dose to be fully vaccinated and protected as we continue to march towards herd immunity. Thank you.